Welcome all, this is Manny from Criticizing Everything. Today I'm going to be bringing you Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta gameplay and a bit of overview. As you can see, this is the main menu, not much different from Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1. Here you have your custom classes, so you always start with 5, just like you did in Black Ops 2, nothing really changed. As a matter of fact, a lot of the game is pretty similar to Black Ops 2, so if you're used to that game or enjoyed that game, you're really going to enjoy this one as well, at least judging by the beta. You have your submachine guns, assault rifles, and a lot of these weapons actually have the same characteristics as weapons from Black Ops 2, such as semi-auto or burst fire. You have your shotguns, you have your light machine guns, and then of course you have your sniper rifles with a bit of a twist. One of the different weapons, the P06 sniper rifle that I got to use, is sort of a charge weapon. It takes a split second to shoot, longer than normal weapons, but it actually fires 3 shots all at once. Pretty much instant kill, one hit. Here you have your special items, your pistols, your launchers, and then of course your combat knife, all working about the same. You have your lethal grenades, defensive and offensive weapons. Again, very similar to Black Ops 2, your trip mine basically taking the place of your bouncing betties. You have your special grenades, which also include your trophy systems and your black hats, all very similar. Then of course you have your perks. Perk 1, of course, having some more defensive options as well as stuff for your jump jets. Perk 2 having fast hands, Annie up, which is like hardwired or having hardwire. You have your cold-blooded scavenger tracker, which is a little different. Now you can see enemy footsteps on the ground. They highlight so you can follow them. And then your perk 3 having a lot of your same items like tactical mask and engineer, which all work about the same. And of course, awareness is back, meaning you can hear enemy footsteps. And more on that while we're talking about. We'll talk more on that on the gameplay aspect of it. You have your wild cards are back. All the wild cards actually are the same as they were in Black Ops 2. Primary, secondary, tactician. You have your perk 1 through 3 greed. Now we're looking at something a little different, which is your specialist perk. Now, for those of you that have played Destiny, it's very similar to picking your different characters in Destiny, like your I honestly like your hunters and things, where each actual class has a specific type of attribute that you can pick, which is specific only to that class. Here you have the same thing. You have different items that you earn throughout the game that are specific to whatever class you pick. And there was one that was classified that we didn't even get to play with, but I actually got pretty far along in the beta, so I got to play with most of them. And we'll discuss a little bit more about them during the gameplay. You have your score streaks, of course, very similar. Your HCXD, which is the first perk, is actually very similar to your little RC car. Your dart, similar to your hunter killer drones, except this time you have to control it yourself and actually fires missiles. Your guardian is the same. Your Hellstorm missiles are the same. You have a few new ones like RAPS, Power Core, the HATR, which is actually your counter UAV, which is your special UAV drone that actually can be shot down this time, unlike the original one where you couldn't. Then, of course, you have your playlists, all very similar to what you're used to. Team deathmatch, all free-for-all things of that nature. For this purposes, we're going to go into a little team deathmatch. Of course, keeping in mind this is the beta, so you have some little quirks and things to actually work out as far as matchmaking. All in all, the beta worked very well. There were some issues where the game would freeze, especially when you're trying to back out of the lobby. Not a big deal. Definitely didn't impact the game, and I'm sure they'll get that fixed by the time the game comes out. Here you see where we still have the voting of the maps. You can now vote. Well, just like Black Ops 2, you can vote which map you want next as far as sort of a random choice. You can go ahead and view the people that are in the lobby at the moment before the game starts, scrolling down on them, probably selecting them. Wasn't able to do that at this point. All it would do is open up the gamer card. Maybe it'll be different when the beta comes out, or when the actual game comes out. Here you have your special menu where you can actually customize your weapon, customize your gamer tags, things of that nature, and then of course your options where you can change your controls, your graphics, and your audio. All very similar to what you had before in Black Ops 2, so nothing really exciting to show you there. This is the starting screen. It shows you which class each player is and which special ability they've all selected, which is listed underneath their gamer tags, such as Sparrow, Hive, which is actually under my player name, Vision Pulse, War Machine, etc. Those are all specific to the class or the specialist that you actually select,
Team Deathmatch.
and are available during the gameplay. So
loaded.
here, of course, you're
Following your
choosing
lead.
your class. Nothing too exciting.
CDP, mission is live.
Now you have your jump jets, which is also very similar to Advanced Warfare, although they really aren't overpowered. You don't see people really abusing it, or at least not getting an advantage by abusing the use of the jump jets. My scope is a thermal scope on my light machine gun. Makes enemies light up like Christmas. Very easy to see from a distance. This is the map called Evac, which takes place on top of a rooftop, an urban rooftop. Easy to fall off, especially if you don't know how to navigate around the map using those jump jets. Very, very easy to fall off, especially during the wall running, which is also
Enemy
new to the game.
Overwatch down.
And again, also something that doesn't seem to be abused most of the time, although I'm sure some may find a way. Put down my Bouncing Betty and my trophy system. Trying to anticipate people coming after me on the top of this part of this map. One thing about the maps is that they seem to be very well designed. There were 4 maps available during the actual beta, and the 4 maps. Oh, I just got melee killed there. The 4 maps themselves actually seem to be very well balanced. You can play defensively, which means camping. Yes, it's back. And you could also play pretty offensively, a lot of running and gunning. Each map seems to provide a good amount of options in that respect as well. Like here, this is the subterranean part of the actual map, running through the tunnels to get back into a building or get into a different open space. And not good to run and gun with a light machine gun. There goes my trophy system again. Works the same as it did before, limited use, but works very well for stopping even rockets. Oh, got somebody with my old Bouncing Betty.
Outrider kill.
So here we see still playing very defensively. Got a kill with my Trip Mine, which is the old Bouncing Betty. Work exactly the same way. And as you can see, the map itself actually people seem to favor the rooftops, which is not surprising now that you have to jump jets. You can actually get on the rooftops very easily. So, a few things about the game as far as what I thought. So, honestly, right now the game seems to really be Black Ops 2 with a few new weapons and the specialist class. What you're seeing now is actually the use of my special weapon from my specialist class, which is called a Hive. It's an acronym which I really don't know the name of. It's actually more of a defensive weapon where you place them down. As you can see, I got a kill there. They're more of a defensive weapon. You place them on the ground, and anyone who walks through them actually gets killed by this swarm of mechanical insects that eats up their legs. It's actually pretty gruesome. It's something else that's actually back from some of the old Call of Duty games, which is that there's a little bit more gore. You'll see people blown apart, limbs blown off in certain situations, not all, which is actually very exciting. Here I am taking down a UAV. Something else that's actually changed from Advanced Warfare is, other than the sound being much better, not only of the guns, but of course of the enemy footsteps, is the UAVs are much easier to see. You're no longer scoping out for a little tiny dot in the sky to shoot down. They're very clear, very visible. You can even hear them flying. And if you have special sound system, different speakers, 5.1, 7.1 surround sound, or decent pair of surround sound headsets, you will hear where they are positionally, so they're much easier to find. As I was saying before, a few things about the games to discuss. Other than the specialist perk and some of the new perks, some new weapons, a lot of the game actually is very similar to Black Ops 2. Whether that's going to change or not when the actual game the full game comes out, I'm not sure. There are a few weapons that were locked and not available during the beta, but a lot of the weapons feel very similar, so honestly you can really jump right back into the game. So if you didn't like Advanced Warfare, much like I didn't, and I know a lot of people didn't, this game actually is very much back to original form as far as the Black Ops series goes. You get a lot of the same, the controls are the same, with the exception of the jump jets, which again aren't detrimental. They're not going to really impact your gameplay too much. They do provide you with a few little options as far as gameplay goes, but nothing really, really dramatic. Unlike Advanced Warfare, where the jets were sort of overused. Here they're not. Also very easy to hear people moving around. Unlike Advanced Warfare, where you couldn't hear. Oh, I got my hive again. They're usually timed. Your specialist perk is usually timed. But they'll stay out there as long as I stay alive. The game itself actually was great, honestly. I was a big fan of Black Ops 2, so I'm a huge fan of Black Ops 3. The game itself actually really was just like jumping right back into Black Ops 2. The graphics themselves aren't, to be perfectly honest, they're not anything special to me. They've always been pretty good. They're good now, and unlike, it's hard to tell from the uploaded footage that you're looking at right now, but the game itself actually does run at 60 frames per second. Another big thing that's different that some people may not like is melee. Direct melee hits are no longer one hit, as you saw there. So no more quick knifing unless you actually have the combat knife. It's hard to get a melee kill just with one hit, unless you shoot them a few times. Pretty similar to Destiny or Halo. All in all, great game. Had a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments. I'll answer any questions you may have. If you didn't get a chance to play the beta, definitely going to be hard to wait until November to play the full game. Alright, this is Manny from Criticizing Everything, signing off.